Hello, my name is Kebron and I'm with CU Denver. And this is the student success dashboard that we were. This is a dashboard that we were supposed to build using Google Studio AI. It's a fun program you can work on, but I'd like to discuss more about. Sorry, I'd like to discuss more about what I've built. So it's called the StudyTrack. It's a student performance analytics system designed for schools and administrations. It can help in solving early detection of at-risk students, who are not doing so well. So the app, the CSV file I downloaded and imported into the Google Studio AI. It has two data that we are working with: the previous score and the exam score. And also another problem it can help us solve is how to celebrate the students that are achieving high marks. So it also helps us with that. And let's start off by logging in. Let's import it. Let's put in a wrong password, but so you can see right here it says invalid username or password, but let's do it again. Bingo. So we're in. Yeah, you can see here, welcome Kebron, the administrator. So there's a bunch of buttons right here that does something in here. So there's enter student data, analytics dashboard, score predictor, risk detection dashboard, like I discussed earlier. There's the AI Studio Coach that was given to us by the Google Studio AI, which you can do that when building your app. The performance insights, and finally you can contact the parents to discuss their child's scores. So first off, let's enter some student data. So first name, maybe John, maybe John Doe. Continue. So how many hours has John studied? So let's say maybe 10 hours a week. Attendance, let's say he doesn't attend school a lot, so maybe 40. 8 hours of sleep, but let's say he does sleep a lot, so 10 hours. Motivation of 5. Previous score, so this is the first score, this is the first exam they took. So previous score, let's say maybe he got a 50, and his new exam score would be a 60. So he didn't improve that much. But as you can see right here, you can save the student record and drags you back into the student entry again. So if you want to add another student, so let's go back to the main menu. The analytics dashboard, it looks like this. So study hours versus the exam scores. This is a comparison. So if you hover over it, you can see who's the best performance. So Melissa Scott studied for 18 hours, got 100. And right here you can see Karen Johnson. She attended the most classes, but still got an exam score of 71. And the last one is going to be the previous scores versus the exam score. Who does the best here? So again, surprise, it's not a surprise, but Melissa Scott is the best performing student here. So this is a score predictor. You can enter if you want, like, so Sharon Miller, so 13 hours, 91% of attendance, but you can drag the slides here. So this is a projected outcome, not the exact result that the student will get, but this is a projected outcome. Right here is the student, the risk detection. So as you can see here, earlier I entered John Doe. He's not doing best, but out of all of them, James Flores did the worst in the previous score, the first exam they took, so a 50. So there's an AI recommendation given to us. It says to address negative peer influence and implement strategies to improve attendance and parental involvement. And let's see. Here's the study coach. So just to make sure, let's ask who was the worst performer. So who did the worst in the exam? It's thinking. right here. There's Charles Harris. So this is the second and final exam they took. So Charles Harris did the worst. At first, it was another person. It was another person, but right here you can see right here. So Charles Harris and the Charles Flores we discussed in the first, like in the in the risk detection, he was the first one. So there's two Charles here. It seems like they didn't study much, but yeah, you can see right here they are the two worst performers here. And finally, I'd like to show you the performance insights right here. So the top performers here are Melissa Scott. It's no surprise Melissa Scott is up here, Lisa Wilson and Timothy Ramirez. And the most improved were the Melissa Scott from the first exam, Melissa Scott, Stephanie Johnson, and Timothy Ramirez. So these two, they improved, they stepped up their game. And the needs attention one is the final exam, not the previous one, but the final. So Donald Williams dropped from a 99 to a 61. That's a performance drop. There's a huge performance drop, and the same goes for Andrew and Joshua. And finally, you can contact the parents actually. So as we can see here, Donald Williams did the worst. So let's go and talk to the parents. So we can search on. So Donald Williams, this one right here. So you can enter the phone number. And right here, you can see, so hello, Miss Williams. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So I'm writing to inform that Donald. So I was doing this for another student, but Donald has not been performing well in his studies. So I would like to schedule a meeting with you and Mr. Williams at your earliest convenience. So you can send it. It's not going anywhere right now, but you can, it's right here right now at its earliest state, it's at its earliest state, but it can continue. You can play around with it later on. And yeah, this is all for the StudyTrack application. So I'd like to talk about a little about the prompts I've given the Google Studio AI. So at first, I gave it to create a clean, modern screen for a student success dashboard. So after I did that, it gave me a dashboard that's for two people. So one for the administrator and one for the student. So I didn't want that. I wanted just to be for the administrator. So I talked to it and gave it another prompt discussing why that's not needed. So to do it again, yeah, I also discussed and gave it how to do the predictor score. Earlier we saw the score predictor, so the formula is right here. It's also it's also right in here. So another one, so right, I discussed, so it kept on giving me for student and for the administrator. So I had to give it numerous prompts to tell it to fix it up. Yeah, as you can see, it's a lot that we were discussing. I've been working on with the Google AI Studio, and it doesn't help, when the key runs out and it can't prompt another answer for you. So I had to wait a couple of days for it to reset. And yeah, but that's one thing I did not like about the Google AI Studio. You have to wait for, I don't know if it's for everybody, but for me, it only gave me 5 or 6 tries. I mean, the 5 or 6 prompts, and then it would say that my time limit has ended. So I had to wait a couple of days to do it again. But from the looks of it, I mean, this is something that anybody can use. if you know the basics of how to do it, and it's pretty simple, but you have to prompt it very well in what you're writing. So you have to prompt it really well, and this can be revolutionary. You know, you can do a lot of things with this, and that's one thing I liked about the Google AI Studio. Another thing another thing that was like not I did not like about the Google AI Studio was like when I was entering my CSV file, so the table I downloaded, it wouldn't prompt everything in there. It would cut it down maybe to 150 students or 200 students. And I think that if that could be better, if it can take all of the data that's given to it, whether it be CSV or the Excel file, it'd be the best. So yeah, and I think that'll be pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching the video, and have a good night.